Crash Course on Accounting, Budgeting and Cost Accounting, explore budgeting and cost accounting, and how they impact business decisions. In this article, I will explain what these concepts are, how they impact business decisions, and give you some interesting stories and examples to excite your readers. I will also list and describe the top 12 popular accounting terms on budgeting and cost accounting, summarize this writing, and write a poem about this topic at the end. Let's get started. What is budgeting and cost accounting? Budgeting and cost accounting are two important tools that managers use to plan, control, and evaluate their business operations. Budgeting is the process of preparing a financial plan for a future period, usually a year. It involves estimating the expected revenues and expenses of the business, and comparing them to the actual results to measure performance. Budgeting helps managers to allocate resources efficiently, set goals and targets, and monitor progress. Cost accounting is a form of managerial accounting that focuses on the cost structure of a business. It assigns costs to products, services, processes, projects and related activities. It also analyzes how costs behave in relation to changes in output, sales volume, or other factors. Cost accounting helps managers to make informed decisions about pricing, product mix, outsourcing, profitability, and cost reduction. How do budgeting and cost accounting impact business decisions? Budgeting and cost accounting impact business decisions in many ways. For example, budgeting helps managers to plan ahead and anticipate future challenges and opportunities. It also helps them to coordinate their activities with other departments or units within the business. Budgeting helps managers to control their spending and ensure that they do not exceed their budgeted amounts. It also helps them to identify any variances or deviations from the budget and take corrective actions if needed. Budgeting helps managers to evaluate their performance and assess their achievements. It also helps them to reward or motivate their employees based on their contribution to the budgeted goals. Cost accounting helps managers to determine the cost of producing or providing a product or service. It also helps them to compare the costs of different alternatives or options and choose the most efficient or profitable one. Cost accounting helps managers to set optimal prices for their products or services based on their costs and market conditions. It also helps them to analyze the impact of price changes on their revenues, costs, and profits. Cost accounting helps managers to optimize their product mix by identifying the most profitable or least profitable products or services. It also helps them to eliminate or reduce any waste or inefficiency in their production or delivery processes. What are some interesting stories or examples of budgeting and cost accounting? Here are some interesting stories or examples of how budgeting and cost accounting can be applied in real-life situations. A restaurant owner wants to open a new branch in another city. He uses budgeting to estimate his expected revenues and expenses for the new branch based on his current sales data, market research, and location analysis. He also uses cost accounting to calculate his break-even point, the level of sales at which he will cover his fixed and variable costs, and his target profit margin, the percentage of sales that he wants to earn as profit. He then uses these information to decide whether the new branch is feasible or not. A clothing manufacturer wants to launch a new line of jeans. He uses cost accounting to determine the cost of producing each pair of jeans based on the materials, labor, overheads, and other factors involved. He also uses cost accounting to compare the costs of different suppliers, fabrics, designs, and production methods. He then uses these information to set a competitive price for his jeans that will cover his costs and generate a reasonable profit. A software developer wants to create a new app for mobile devices. He uses budgeting to plan his development process and allocate his resources such as time, money, equipment, and personnel. He also uses budgeting to monitor his progress and track his expenses during the development phase. He also uses cost accounting to estimate his potential revenues from selling or licensing his app based on his target market size, customer preferences, pricing strategy, and distribution channels. He then uses these information to evaluate his return on investment, the ratio of profit to cost, and decide whether his app is worth pursuing or not. What are the top 12 popular accounting terms on budgeting and cost accounting? Here are the top 12 popular accounting terms on budgeting and cost accounting that you should know. Budget, a financial plan for a future period that shows the expected revenues and expenses of a business. Variance, the difference between the actual amount and the budgeted amount. Favorable variance, a variance that increases the profit or reduces the loss of a business. Unfavorable variance, a variance that decreases the profit or increases the loss of a business. Fixed cost, a cost that does not change with the level of output or sales volume. Variable cost, a cost that changes proportionally with the level of output or sales volume. Mixed cost, a cost that has both fixed and variable components. Direct cost, a cost that can be directly traced or attributed to a product, service, process, project or activity. Indirect cost, a cost that cannot be directly traced or attributed to a product, service, process, project or activity. Cost driver, a factor that causes or influences the level or amount of a cost. Cost pool, a group of costs that share a common cost driver. Cost allocation, the process of assigning or distributing costs to different products, services, processes, projects or activities based on some criteria or method. Cost volume profit analysis, a technique that examines the relationship between costs, sales volume, and profit. Break-even point, the level of sales at which the total revenue equals the total cost. In summary, budgeting and cost accounting are two important tools that managers use to plan, control, and evaluate their business operations. Budgeting is the process of preparing a financial plan for a future period, while cost accounting is the process of measuring and analyzing the costs of products, services, processes, projects, and activities. Both budgeting and cost accounting impact business decisions in many ways, such as pricing, product mix, outsourcing, profitability, and cost reduction. There are also many interesting stories and examples of how budgeting and cost accounting can be applied in real-life situations. Finally, there are some popular accounting terms on budgeting and cost accounting that you should know. Here is a poem about budgeting and cost accounting. Budgeting and cost accounting are tools for managers to use to plan and control their actions and evaluate their results. Budgeting helps them to forecast their revenues and expenses and compare them to the past to measure their performance. Cost accounting helps them to find the costs of what they produce and analyze them in detail to make informed decisions. Both budgeting and cost accounting impact their business choices, such as pricing and product mix, outsourcing and profitability. They also have real-life applications in various situations, such as opening a new branch, launching a new product line, or creating a new app. They also have some terms to know, such as variance and break-even point, fixed and variable costs, direct and indirect costs. Budgeting and cost accounting are tools for managers to use to plan and control their actions and evaluate their results. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $8=7989335 is a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.